My name is Eric Wright, aka Problem. I happen to be the GOAT of Madden. It wasn't something that, I would brag about or nothing, but, since everyone says it, I might as well go with it. And I feel like my resume speaks for itself, so I don't have to say it as much, but if someone asks, I'd have to tell them, yeah, I am the GOAT.
And what does GOAT stand for?
Greatest of all time. The nickname Problem came from PS2 video game I used to play online, and I was really good at the game. You would play 8-on-8, and a guy in there, he was like, man, that kid's a problem, and everyone started saying it in the chat, so I exited the game, I went and made a new name, and I was like, came on the mic, I was like 15 or 14. Like, hey guys, I'm back, it's Problem. And then they're like, oh, it's you? Oh yeah, that name fits perfectly. So ever since then, it's been Problem. Got it tattooed on me actually, so. I got my hands on Madden 93 for Sega Genesis actually. Being born in '88, that's not that far apart. So I didn't know how to play, but I would just go through, I'm sure I would just go through, trying to beat the computer, doing stuff. My brother-in-law actually got me hooked on it, and my brother as well. And they said I used to be a poor sport. Anytime they would score on me, I'd cut the game off, or if I felt I was gonna lose, cut the game off. And I feel like that's where my competitive side was already starting to begin, because I hated losing more than I love winning. Handling your nerves going into a tournament could be something that kills your tournament hopes. Once I won my first major tournament, I think it went away. Being nervous, it also came from the money that was at stake. I wanted to win the money so bad that it would always be in my mind, like, are you gonna lose this game? And your heart starts beating fast when you throw an interception, and it could really ruin your tournament chances. So I had to, once I won my big tournament, the money wasn't a factor no more. So I think that took off a lot of stress and a lot of nervousness, just that alone. I feel like my opponent's nervous because he knows who he's about to play, and I feel like using that to my advantage is something that I've always done. I have people behind me screaming, and oh, do you know you're gonna play Problem? And when you're hearing that, you probably do take it into consideration, like, dang, I am about to play a game with this guy. I have seen him on TV. I have seen people play him, and he kills them. When I first came into the tournament scene, I would say between 2005 and 2008, it was a running play style. Over the years, my offense has changed to 90% passing now, I would say, maybe even higher. Defensively, I've always been aggressive. Pressure, pretty much, is gonna ruin someone's game plan. 2007, I actually came up with the cool blitz, but I really wasn't at the peak of my game. 2008, Sting Pinch, which was at a 3-4 over. It pretty much dominated the game from start to finish. 2010, I also had a good blitz. It was 155 shake. All these blitzes, they all have the same concepts, just overload kind of one side, or 6-man across, so where they have to block a running back, and if the running back doesn't pick up somebody, then they're sacked. 2012, where I started to play mostly coverage defense, where I would back out 9 people and have one guy rushing. 2013, I found bare under, and pretty much dominated again the whole year from start to finish. That's what the defense that I stayed in. I felt like I mastered the coverage out of it to where I could stop almost anything. People didn't know, like, I would put my corners, I would literally have 2 flat zones for my corners. My safeties would be 2 yellows, and I'd be sending 6 guys, and I'd be on Willis. And you can really throw a streak over the top, but the pressure was so intense and so in your face that you would never get to see it unless you blocked 2 extra blockers. If you want to improve your game to take your game to the next level, and you can't get better if you don't play good competition. Preparing to win at the highest level takes a lot of time. For Madden 25, I'm going to take the same approach and try to find something that fits my style as far as being aggressive. Offensively, you can expect high-powered passing. There's going to be running, and just an overall good balanced attack to where you can run the ball and pass the ball, but you want to be able to air it out and get 15 to 20 yards at any given time. So you can expect to get those big plays, take you down the field fast. Defensively, you can expect aggressive, in-your-face defense, you know, pressure bust pipes, and that's what we're going to be doing. That's where choosing the team comes into play. If my blitz is good with a fast defensive tackle, then I can't use the Niners. If it's good with, you know, fast middle linebacker, then I can use the Niners. So that's where choosing the team comes into play, and you have to choose a team based on your strategy. And I've always felt that you want to find a strategy first before choosing your team. Because if your team doesn't work with your strategy, then what do you have? You can find my offense and defense on MaddenTips.com and the Winners Kit.